Welcome back to Politics First. Several political parties who have different views and opinion polls stare at the possibility of being questioned in history. Take a look at this legal opinion. This was given by the then Attorney General Mr. Soli Sorabji in 2004 to the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. In 2004 he said, just because political parties have a problem with exit polls and opinion polls, they cannot curtail the freedom of speech of its citizens. The big question is, in 2013, 9 years later, why has the government changed its stand? Is it because of a direct impact of these opinion polls on its own political fortunes?
We put that question to the Congress representative on our show.
Whether it is for us or against is not the question. And as far as opinion polls and surveys being against us is concerned, they were against us in 2004, they were against us in 2009, we won both the polls. And if they are against us again in 2014, I think we probably win that poll also, if history means anything. And I'll also tell you, as far as banning is concerned, there are so many modes of campaigning that have been banned. Why? Why?
Over the years.
Oh yeah, lots of things are not. We are not allowed to put up flags now. Is that not, expression of opinion? Opinion poll banning is where fundamental rights are being curtailed. But in proper campaigning, if you say something or do something, it's not curtailing. So I mean, this is all crap that certain parts are curtailing independence. Certainly not. I think just as an election commission takes a decision with regard to campaigning and decides that certain modes of campaigning are perhaps not good for influencing public opinion, perhaps some are, or maybe in some lead to a fairer poll and some don't. I think in the same sense.
How do you look at the BJP are blaming you and using this opportunity, stating that?
I mean, see that this is a straw they are catching hold of. They've always had opinion polls favoring them, and they've always lost polls.
First premise is the right to freedom of speech includes the right to receive information, the right to disseminate information. Of course, the right is not absolute. Now, this restriction, however laudable the object may be, doesn't fall under any of the permissible heads of restriction. If it falls outside it, then you can't do it.
I don't know, it comes under what category? Is it it violates Official Secrets Act, or does it create any other offence? The only argument I found was that it sort of gives wrong information to the people who are receiving that information. It's for those people who receive the information to decide whether they should rely upon it or not rely upon it and all. Otherwise, I feel that you are putting another obstacle on the freedom of speech.
The Congress is not alone in this. The primary opposition party in the country at present, the Bharatiya Janata Party, was also against the opinion polls and not that long ago. But they had their own specific set of reasons of being against.
Instead of questioning my stand, question Congress's stand.
No, but do you feel that you were wrong then and right now, or it's only because of the number?
No, I'll tell you. It's coming from the theory of banning, and I'll come to that subsequently. Please. Right now, to counter the point you're making, I would counter it by another question. If Congress was in favor of opinion polls in 2004 and 2009, why is it against them today? And how are these parties supporting them? Especially the INB ministry and the way they are trying to curtail. It appears that they are trying to curtail the opinion itself. And because they are not in a position to curtail the opinion, the next best thing is to curtail the opinion poll. And that is what they are trying to do. Letter which the INB ministry has written to all the channels that you have no right and no business to even compare the speeches of a sitting Prime Minister and of next Prime Minister of the country. You can't do that. I mean, where in the world, in democracy, such opinions and such curtailment and misinformation, disinformation, along with clamping of the media exists.
Contradictions. As I told you, there is a big contradictions between the government and the political party, that is AICC. Whichever the ruling party, even BJP wanted the ban in 2003. Even many election commissioners have written to the government, and it is for the government to enact a law. Amending Representation of People Act is a must.
Political parties go by considerations of expediency, not of constitutionality. There is merit in the point that these opinion polls can be manipulated, the citizen may not know. So make it obligatory on one who publishes the opinion polls to reveal the methodology, reveal the name of the party organization which has paid for it.
Former Lok Sabha Speaker Somnath Chatterjee has an important viewpoint to this latest conflict point.
I do not want any ban as such. Once you put a ban, then it gets a halo. In this country, without opinion polls, governments have been changed when no opinion polls are held. During the last 15 elections have already been held. If I am not wrong, 7 times the government in Delhi was changed. Not because of opinion polls. People are quite aware. They are quite democratically minded. They can decide what is good for them. Indira Gandhi was, lock, stock and barrel, was defeated. Her party, she also lost her election personally. Her son lost the election. Miserably they defeated. And these very people of India brought her back. Within 2 years after the emergency. They found, probably, obviously they found, that at least a government can be formed by her, Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Not because of her love for Indira Gandhi, because she was unceremoniously, ousted from the governance of this country. This is the awareness of the people of this country.
Prime Minister is currently ahead in the polls.
Democracies world over, fledgling or developed, struggling or those who have arrived, do not oppose airing of opinion polls. Why then should a section in the world's largest democracy oppose opinion polls?